Hi, hello friends. Today we are going to discuss the previous question in Kerala set examination which was conducted in 2020 February. The first question. The first word in the title of a Baconian essay is usually of the name in utopian, which means talker of nonsense. Heithelde. Heithelde, who had 5 husbands at the church door, apart from the other company in the youth, Alison of Bath. The Duchess of Malfi's well-known play is in love with Antonia. The reference to the face that launched 1,000 ships occurs in a rhetoric question in Dr. Faustus. What does Friar Lawrence give Juliet in Romeo and Juliet? That's a portion. The phrase to take arms. The phrase to take arms against a sea of trouble occurs in soliloquy in Hamlet. Mr. W.H. is mentioned in connection with Shakespeare's sonnets. The grave is a fine and a private place, but none, I think, do there embrace. Identify the poem and the poet. To his coy mistress by Marvell. Bunyan's Pilgrim Progress is best considered as religious allegory. A digression in Lycidas attacks the clergy. Neoclassicism derives its inspiration from classicism. Malapropism is associated with a character created by Sheridan, the best known diarist of the 17th century is Samuel Pepys. A literary club founded by Pope, Swift, Gay, Parnell, Arbuthnot is Scribblers' Club, the 17th century English philosopher who helped lay the foundation of empiricism and political liberalism is Locke, John Locke. A woman with literary or intellectual interest used to be referred to as blue stocking. The 18th century writer who came to be called Parson Yorick after the name of a character is one of his work, Sterne. The poet, known by the title of the Bard of ANSEWR and as a ploughman poet, is Burns. Match these autobiographies with their author. Lives of English Poets is Samuel Jones. So the answer option A is the right. Let's go through the other options. Grace abounding of the chief of sinners, John Bunyan. Confession, St. Augustine. Poetry and Truth, John W. Goethe. The Manifesto of Romantic Moment. Preface to the Lyrical Ballads. Heaven lies about us in our infancy is a line from Wordsworth. English Bards and Scotch Revivers is a satirical work by Lord Byron. The author of the Gothic novel in English language is Horace Walpole. Horace Walpole. On the Knocking of the Gate of Macbeth is a brilliant piece of Shakespeare's criticism and by De Quincey, an English exponent of utilitarianism, J.S. Mill. Ulysses is a dramatic monologue by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Which pre-Raphaelitic poet speaks of the subject of his poem who leaned out or from the Gold Bar of Heaven, A.C. Swinburne. Art for art's sake is a cardinal doctrine of aestheticism. Match the list of authors and their stories. Mark Twain. Option B is connected. The celebrated jumping frog of Calvaris County. So we can find two options are there, three options are there, one B. So next step, Washington Irving is Rip Van Winkle. Okay, so we will get the one more options we will look. F. Scott Fitzgerald, the diamond as big as. So first option itself is the right answer. Okay, yes, and Rudyard Kipling story is The Man Who Would Be King. Next question, who proposed a new approach to biography to exclude everything that is redundant and nothing that is significant? Lytton Strachey. The Reform Bill of the 19th century were intended to reform the electoral system. The Return of the Native is included among Wessaxan novel. Amelia Sidley and Becky Sharp are contrasting characters in Vanity Fair. George Bernard Shaw is by birth an Irish. James Hopkins terms for the complex of the characteristic which make an object unique in scape. What does Arnold call the study of perfection? Culture. World War I ended with the defeat of the Central Powers. Poetry is in the pity is a phrase associated with Wilfred Owen. The circus animal Desertion is a work by W. B. Yeats. Ezra Pound attempted a condensed A Jamesian novel resulted in the work Hugh Selwyn Moberly. Hugh Selwyn Moberly. It was the best of time, it was the worst of time. These are the opening lines in Tale of Two Cities. The moment poet began by publishing their poem in an anthology, New Lines. The Irish writer who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1995 is Seamus Heaney. Max Beerbohm's ferocious attack on the British writers is well known. Rudyard Kipling. A novel about a day in the life of a female protagonist, Mrs. Dalloway. The prominent inner party member named in 1984 is Aubrey. The author of Saturday Night and Sunday Morning, Alan Silitoy. A character in a play by Ibsen who has been described as the playwright person spokesman, Dr. Stockman. Riders of the Sea is a play in one act. Luther, 1961, is a work by John Osborne. 1965 British play which featured a baby in a pram being stoned to death. Saved. The Gap of Time is a modern retelling of Shakespeare's The Winter Tale by Janet Winterson. Kazuo Ishiguro, who won 2017 Nobel Prize, was born in Nagasaki. The House of Seven Gables is a work by Nathaniel Hawthorne. The work that was first published in 1855, bearing neither the name of publisher or author, but with writer's portrait by on the cover, is Leaves of Grass. Anyone lived in a pretty hawthorn is the title and the first lines of the poem E. E. Cummings. The title under which Melville best known work first published, The Whale. The bitterness of Great Depression decade was reflected in 1939 novel The Grapes of Wrath. The last question. Benetha Younger is a character by Lorraine Hansberry. So, we will discuss the next 60 questions in the next part of the video. Thank you for watching and please like and subscribe my channel, that is PSC Start Smart.